Well, I'm Russell Alton,
I'm Mandy Tsung.
and together we're One Hand. And this is our show in Victoria, BC, in Studio 16 and a half in Fantan Alley.
And so we thought we'd talk about our work and specifically our collaborations. Yeah, so it kind of started because we both appreciate each other's work a lot. And we have similar philosophies that art should be beautiful and
that it should have a message. And so when a chance for us to collaborate came about, then we jumped at it. And then in the midst of all that, in the course of that, we ended up living together. And so then it just became very, it was very...
we integrated our lives with the art.
Exactly.
But when we're creating, it's kind of nice to have someone there to bounce ideas off of and to help problem solving.
There's always points in a piece when you're making it when you come up against a wall, and then you just don't know where to continue with it. And so it's great because when I'm stuck, then Manny comes in and he's like, no, you just need to add some color here. And color is like not in my expertise at all. I like little lines and black and white. And so we complement each other well.
So this is our painting Conduit, and we actually painted it in this space. We started it like 3 or 4 days ago. And so I think the point was to kind of experiment and sort of have an interaction to see what would come out of the piece.
Sort of a conversation between our two styles.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, in terms of my influences and what I'm trying to say, influenced by a lot of old Baroque and real like fancy filigree type Art Nouveau, you could almost say, and I would say Mandy is I don't know, pretty ladies.
Well, I'm a figurative portrait painter, so yeah, and I paint specifically women, so.
And I can't do that at all, so this is really just a chance for me to have that kind of, that in my paintings, which I wouldn't be able to on my own.
Well, and I also appreciate his level of detail in the line work and stuff. It's something that I love, but I can't really do myself, so yeah. So with this piece, I started with the background, and I just laid out all these colors, kind of just playing around, and
then we kind of see. Well, I was just seeing what sort of I look for like lines of energy that kind of just like flow within it, and so we saw the way. That's what I saw anyway, that kind of Z pattern. And I didn't want to, a lot of my work, I like to include like a message, like usually a fairly specific like word or a phrase, but I kind of just wanted to work with just like the forms I would use to build words normally. So it doesn't say anything specific, but you can still look at it. It hints at it. Maybe that makes some people angry. But so I just kind of played with all the tools I have usually in my own work, and then it just leads over into Mandy's, which leads back into mine, and it's just a conduit of energy.
I paint predominantly women because they're kind of self-portraits in a way. What I'm trying to say with the expression on the face is this is a woman that is self-empowered and she's confident, and so I'm hoping that people will kind of get that feeling and take it with them when they leave. With this piece, I started just by creating the space around her and bringing out kind of, I guess, the architecture or the wood grain of it. And then in this area, like, she's wearing a dress, and it's kind of surrealist, where it's expanding into like a landscape, and it's actually a landscape that I painted while I was in Hong Kong. So that's like the ocean and the islands, and then I finished it with the figure, because I really find art more interesting when there's a figure in it. And I find it easier to resonate with it. So
in my art, I think that art has a chance to reach a lot of different people and a chance to actually say something. And so, you know, you can appreciate art just for the emotional response you get out of a piece. It could be even just be in terms of a field of color, but I think there are certain things that everybody can agree with and can learn from, and so I like to write in my work. It might be a bit heavy-handed, but I think heavy-handed works sometimes. So, like, just for this one, it says, try an attitude of gratitude, because I think everybody can benefit from, you know, hearing it and embodying that. And so I want it to have an element of beauty as well, so I don't just write it in plain Helvetica font and just put it up. I try to add some beauty to it. And then it doesn't necessarily have to be like a directive, like do this, live like this. Sometimes I'll just put like a phrase that comes into my head that I think it embodies the beauty of all of itself. So like for this one, what it says, find patterns, see poetry, laugh and cry at the beauty of it all. I think it's just a beautiful little line of poetry. But I want somebody to spend time and actually, you know, have a moment with the piece to actually find all that and find it in their lives. And so, yeah, that's why I write words.